My next guest lost his best friend in that 2013 crash. Tim Williams says he struggled for a long time after his childhood friend, Brian Jennings, there on the left, was killed, and the person responsible was not punished. But with a background in ministry, he became a visiting chaplain at Couch's jail, spending time with him almost every week for the past 2 years. Minister Tim Williams joins me now. Thank you for coming on with us tonight. It's something that many people might find hard to believe, that this is someone who killed your childhood friend, and you decided to visit him weekly while he was in jail. Why?
Well, there was certainly a lot of personal things I had to work through before I could even think about visiting with him. But really, it was something that I felt Brian would do if he was here. And so I checked with a few friends, and we had a consensus that this was his heart, but also, you know, extending forgiveness is such a biblical act. And so those are some of the core motivators for why I began to visit with Ethan.
He widowed your best friend's wife, made her a widow, I should say. He caused his children not to grow up with a dad. It's an incredibly difficult story, and it is one possibly of forgiveness. Have you found the ability to forgive him for what he did?
I have. I found the ability, the strength to forgive before I met with Ethan, and it wasn't connected with meeting with him. And certainly it is a very painful thing for all the victims, all the family members who lost loved ones.
Is he a different person today than he was then?
I think that his character has shifted. I think that he is a different person. I have seen him become more honest and actually own what he caused.
What does the future hold for him, do you think?
Well, I think Ethan has a good long road ahead of him to be compliant with the terms of his condition. I do think he does want to work and keep the conditions of probation. I believe he does want to work with his dad.
Can you give us an idea sort of what you two would talk about and what he shared with you? What was the conversation?
Well, the initial visit really set the framework, and in the Bible there's a book called Romans, and in chapter 8 the opening line is, "There's no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus." And I said, Ethan, that's the real context of me coming to you today. There's a lot of reason for me to have anger and hate or condemnation of you because you've caused so much pain and destruction to many of my closest friends, including my family.
He claimed then he didn't.
I want to just
Go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I want to begin, Ethan, and just see maybe if there is hope for you. Can we maybe begin a conversation to see if you're wanting to grow forward or if we're going to hear excuses?
He claimed then that he didn't know right from wrong. Does he know that now?
I would say he does, yes.
You know, it's amazing. It's an amazing story of hope, but one of sadness. I mean, he killed 4 people, and those 4 people will never come back. You know, one might say you're doing God's work by trying to meet with him and see that he is a changed man. We will continue to follow this story, and as he will walk out on Monday. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.